getting fed up and we tired of all these school shootings and all of these road rage and all that, who do we say something to? Who hears our voice?
And when does the white fatigue kick in?
And when does the white fatigue kick in?
Well, we've been hearing about white, that's the point, right? We've been hearing about it all our lives, about white.
So, this nigga's a piece of shit liar. Well, you haven't been hearing about white fatigue all your life. If you have, it's because you're fucking doing shit. The Rodney King beating, Jim Crow laws, gerrymandering. Hell, Tupac got stomped out by 2 cops. What the fuck are we talking about? Latasha Heron got killed by a store clerk and the store clerk wasn't convicted. You've been hearing about it because you've been doing it. So I'm sorry that you racist people don't understand the logic behind black people having white fatigue. Let's continue though.
Fatigue about systemic discrimination.
But nothing's ever been done. That's the problem.
It has been done. Here. That's why we've done systemic justice reform that has led to more crime, right? That's the reason.
That right there. Well, all you people in my comment section talking about I didn't come with any stats, he the fuck didn't either. Criminal justice reform didn't actually lead to more crime. I'll give you an example of criminal justice reform. The sentencing guidelines for crack to cocaine measuring guidelines, right? For every 1 gram of crack is equal to 1 gram of cocaine. Before that, 1 gram of crack was getting you 10 years. 1 gram of cocaine was getting a person 1. We knew white boys notoriously sold cocaine more than the brothers did. So yeah, that's not fucking fair. That didn't lead to more crime. Actually, that actually deterred crime. Actually, let me take that back. I'm not gonna lie on that. But it didn't lead to more crime, right? Brothers wasn't rocking up more crack. So that they could get less time. By the time they actually did that, brothers weren't even selling crack like that. And it wouldn't fucking matter. They still was giving them 5-10 years for grams of crack cocaine. So the guidelines didn't mean shit. It didn't lead to more crime. Another reform of prison is that inmates got paid for doing work, like sweeping up raking up the governor's leaves or cutting grass or digging ditches. They got paid for that. That didn't lead to more crime. He's a fucking idiot.
No 3-strike policy. That's the reason for cashless bail. That's the reason for catch and release. The reason for it, in the wake of Black Lives Matter, George Floyd riots, Summer of Love, was we're going to reform crime, we're going to reform the justice system, and it's gotten worse everywhere it's been. And then when white people leave those neighborhoods, well, now it's white flight. If they come in, it's gentrification.
He's a fucking liar. That's not true. They didn't. More prison reform didn't lead to more crime. Criminal reform didn't lead to more crime. I don't even know what the fuck criminal reform is. He just made that up on the fly. As it pertains to him saying that after George Floyd, cashless bails actually led to more crime. It actually didn't. I think I explained this, and all the jackasses in the comment section, for some reason, didn't understand my explanation, right? Talking about Steven Crowder's already winning, and you didn't even explain or defend anything that you said, and you didn't actually refute anything that he said. I actually did. Right? The fact that he's talking about cashless bails actually leads to more crime is bullshit. I explained explicitly how it didn't lead to more crime. So I'll say it for the slow IQ people in the back, right? First of all, he's not even from a state that has cashless bails. That's first, right? He lives in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, Texas or Arizona. That's bullshit, right? In Chicago and Philadelphia, the reason they decided to go with cashless bonds is because most criminals had cash money on them, on their person. When I say cash, I mean paper money, not a fucking debit card, not a large sums of money in the bank. Cash on their person. Because they were able to use cash to bond out because they had large sums of money through criminality. It made it problematic for them to actually be held on ice, to go back to court, and thus be sentenced and sent up the river. So they decided to go with cashless bonds, meaning it's not the cashless bonds in the sense of your signature. That's one thing. Signature bond, cashless bond, two different things. Cashless only means you can't use fucking cash. You have to use a debit or a credit card to post a bond. I know this personally because I have a family member that was locked up and needed to post bond, and although they had the cash on them, they had to have somebody with a debit card post a bond. because if I'm not mistaken, in Georgia, bonds can only be done with at the bail bonds office with a debit card or a credit card. You can't use cash. In the South, they won't even let you post your own bond. Never mind if you got cash on you. But in Chicago, you can't use cash for high crimes. That's what it was for all the dummies in the back of the class that didn't know that. Just heard cashless bonds, so they thought they was just letting motherfuckers out. I actually thought that too till I looked it up. And then a family member of mine was locked up, and they needed somebody to bond them out with a credit card or debit card, not cash. I couldn't even bring cash to the fucking bail bonds office. I literally had to have only a debit card. So that's what it was. That didn't lead to more crime. Actually, a lot of them little YNs up in Chicago keep a lot of large sums of money on them. So they can't post a bond. You can't even have somebody come pick up the cash on your person and bond. They have to have $5,000 on a debit card in a bank account. And because most dudes that's in the streets don't have bank accounts and don't have 5Gs on a debit card, it makes it hard for them to post a bond. I would have thought that was obvious, but in my comment section, clearly these are people that live in 91 or 96% white communities. They don't know shit. And they're probably squares that never did no crime. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Let's continue.
And I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are pissed off, and they're not going to sit down and have this conversation and be real about it. And they're going, well, what happens when someone has to keep their mouth shut about everything?
Nobody tell you have to.
Yeah, like the dude said, nobody said you had to keep your mouth shut about everything. But if you come, we don't care if you, we're at the point, black people are at the point, and somebody pointed this out in my comment section that I don't like white people. That's not what this is about. Racism is not necessarily about not liking a motherfucker. You can not like somebody and still not fucking oppress them, right? Not restrict jobs, community, housing, bank accounts. I think Navy Federal was literally caught not actually giving loans to people, black people that had good credit scores. That's racism or discrimination against a group of people. Racism is not you being fucking nice or mean to me. Racism is you not liking me and doing shit to actually back your dislike of me up. I would have thought that was obvious. But seriously, or clearly, it's a bunch of low IQ people in my comment section. And just because there is a whole bunch of dislikes don't mean shit. First of all, you can take your dislikes and shove it up your ass. That's not how I get paid on YouTube anyways. So while 1,000 people was disliking my view or my video, the fact that you watched it got me paid. So suck a dick or die trying. I hope this actually cleared up any points. I had to turn my comment section off, not because I'm scared or running away from you jackasses. I had to turn it off because it was problematic actually, like explaining this over and over. It got redundant, talking to dense dunces in my comment section, talking about you didn't actually refute his point. I actually did. And the fact that you're too stupid, you didn't understand it. I'm sorry. Hopefully this clears this up. And to the guy that said he had a 143 IQ, I highly doubt that. The fact that you're on YouTube watching random people's videos that you disagree with is the most idiotic thing you could ever do. No, Albert Einstein would have never did that. Matter of fact, because you come across as a racist, why are you watching a black person's video? Albert Einstein would have saw my video and don't like black people and wouldn't have watched it. You did. So yeah, you're not that smart and you don't have an IQ of 143. You know what I'm saying? You got blood pressure is probably 143 over 80. What else? Because I'm trying to tackle every nonsensical point that I saw in my comment section. Oh yeah, it was a whole bunch of people talking about I was racist. When I saw this video, automatically I knew he was racist. So let me see if I get this right. Me talking about a jackass that clearly is a racist and a woman beater makes me racist. Make that make sense. That makes no sense. Not in one time in my video did I disparage white people. Did I call white people out their name? I'll call Steven Crowder out his name. He is a jackass. I'm sorry. For all the people that didn't get my comparison to him and Charlie Kirk. Once again, low IQ. When I said he was Charlie Kirk 2.0, I mean it's because he came out swinging after Charlie Kirk got shot. We ain't seen this nigga in 2 years. Matter of fact, I know it was 2 years because the last time I did a video about him, it was 2023. And I'll be on Twitter. This nigga's been dormant. Either that or nobody gives a fuck about his videos. He ain't even really been doing those prove me wrong. He just now busted out. It was on TMZ. Steven Crowder makes a comeback. That's what it said. So I was just saying 2.0 because it looked like he came out of under whatever rock he was under and came out swinging. I mean, he's better than Charlie Kirk or lesser. I mean, if you ask me, they're both scumbags. But to the person said that I was wrong for saying that he deserved a 187 than Charlie Kirk, he actually do. I can honestly say I've seen a couple videos of Charlie Kirk, and while he was a despicable racist, and if you don't know, it behooves you to do your own Googles. When I first seen a couple of his videos, he was actually likable. Now he as I start to investigate a lot of his content, because I've done several videos about Charlie Kirk, he became a jerk. He was wrong. He was saying a whole bunch of white supremacist, white nationalist talking points that were incorrect. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. If you thought he said shit that was right, you're dumb. I mean, statistics on Google, I can't even make shit up. The fact that he said it was 51% of violent crime committed by 13%, that's stupid. I'm not even going to explain why that's dumb. If you don't know, then you have a low IQ. The numbers are on the internet. You can look them up in the FBI vital crime statistics. Don't take my word for it. He was just wrong. But he was elegant and polished to a degree. Not all the time, but most of the time. Steven Crowder is a fucking yokel. He's a country redneck. And he's not, I don't know if he's Southern or not. I think he lives in Texas, but it doesn't matter if he's Southern. That's not what make you a redneck. He's literally a dumbass hick. All the people in the Midwest and out West, they know what a hick is. That's him. He's not bright at all. The only thing he does is appeal to races. If you like Steven Crowder's content, you're a racist or you like wife beaters. And while I talk shit about women from time to time, I don't be beating on them. This nigga wife was pregnant, he was choking her out. There's videos on Twitter circulating. At this point, whatever you say, you're supporting a wife beater. It is what it is. So yeah, and the fact that he went into a black barbershop and they didn't actually know how to refute most of his talking points, me and my guys would have packed him out. We'd have packed him out straight away. We're not listening to somebody kick bullshit, and it's not that we don't want to hear the truth. What he's saying isn't true. I think I stipulated and I spelled this out the last video. Black people didn't coin the term white flight. We didn't give a fuck white people left the community and out to the suburbs. It's a term that was been coined since the 1950s. It was white journalists that coined that term. It was white journalists that made that an issue, not black people. We didn't really give a fuck. It wasn't they. Now there are some niggas that think that white people's ice was colder. Those niggas moved to the suburbs. For everybody in the inner cities, we kind of didn't give a shit. It was the least of our worries. It wasn't on our mind, and we didn't care that white people left. Hell, I know black people from Detroit. They didn't give a fuck that GM and Jeep and GM Motors took the automotive plants out of Detroit. I still have family members that still live in Detroit. They didn't give a fuck that you took the money. They made other things happen. They opened up their own businesses, or they got jobs neighboring Ohio, where my other half of my family's from. So that's one. We didn't care that white people left. White flight was coined by white people. You got a problem with that terminology? Take it up with them, not with us. Second of all, black people only have a problem with gentrification. It's not even black people. It's broke ass white people, black people, Asians on the West Coast, and even Latinos don't like gentrification because motherfucker, I've been living here like 20 something years. Hell, I'm in Atlanta right now. I've been living on this side of town, the east side of Atlanta, for the last 22 years. White people with money, namely from up north and parts of Alabama, have moved here and actually bought up real estate and made apartment complexes and jerked the rent up super high. That's why. Because we was here, motherfucker. Whether we moved too fast or too slow and shuffled our feet to buy up the real estate so it'd be suitable for us is inconsequential. Or maybe it might be consequential, but it's what they did. That's why people don't like gentrification. It ain't because white people are moving the neighborhood. It's because they're displacing people. I would have fucking thought that was easy. And I would have thought that was obvious. But clearly, once again, it's a bunch of people in the comment section that have an IQ of 60. And then they have the nerve and the gall to talk shit about my video. First of all, this wasn't a goddamn research expose, but the shit that I'm talking about, I'm on the mark. It's a commentary. I'm commenting on the fact that he says jackass shit, and everybody's trying to act like I didn't actually refute him with stats. Well, he didn't actually come with stats. He came with opinion. Most of the shit he said to this group of black men was conjecture. And although I didn't watch the whole hour long, basically a barbershop jubilee, was because I was only addressing this 8 minutes. I wasn't addressing the whole hour. The whole hour was about other shit. What I had a problem with was this 8 minutes. I'm gonna go watch it. But I wasn't talking about the whole video in its entirety, and I didn't need to watch the whole video in its entirety to address these 8 minutes. So for all the dummies out there talking about, well, you see the whole video, I didn't need to. I saw 8 minutes. I addressed the 8 minutes. It's called commentary. If you don't know what that is, read a book or stop fucking your sister. I don't know what to tell you. In any event, if you like this episode or if you didn't like it, leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you're a troll ass racist that's been in my comment section, you might as well subscribe just so you can just hate rage. And for all you dummies out there using rage bait, this wasn't meant to be a rage bait. I literally addressed what he said. Now, you don't have to agree with me. One thing you can't say is I lied. All my videos, all my 1,500 videos I got posted, one thing you can never say is that I lie, because I don't. I give my opinion, and I address things when they're fallacies with facts. You can look them up. It doesn't take too much. You have a computer in your back pocket while you refuting what I'm saying. And there was some jackasses talking about, well, 13% don't commit 51%. It's more like 60 to 7. You just pulled that out your asshole. That's not even factual. Now you're just throwing extra stank on it, and you're dumb for that. And YouTube, I'm not cyberbullying nobody. They was in my comment section. I'm rebuttaling to them, using profanity. I'm a grown-up. I should be able to do that, especially when people was leaving racist tropes talking about we was kangs. What the fuck that got to do with my video? Or people was calling me racist or dumb. These are like things that ain't so pleasant to a person, right? So I feel like if they get to throw some mud, let me throw some back. Right? I didn't disparage nobody's ethnicity, race, color, background, none of that shit. I just said they was dummies. They probably are. And we're all grown ups, so I don't think dummy is it's not a profane word, right? I call people low IQ. I didn't call nobody a cave. I didn't call nobody a mayonnaise eater. I didn't call nobody nothing that disparages a group of people, right? And for all the people that don't know, talking about, oh, he hates white people. My mom's half white. Get over yourself. And I don't hate white people. I got white friends. I'm cool with white people. I like people of all ethnicities, backgrounds, creed, color, or race. I love everybody. If you cool, we can kick it. If you a dickhead in my comment sections, you probably don't want to meet me in person, because I'll probably pack you out. There ain't nobody. I went to every single person's YouTube channel. Nobody look like they're an MMA fighter. So like, unless you Bruce Muhammad Ali, be cool. Because all the shit that I'm saying on this video is shit I'd say to your face. I ain't scared of none of yous. In any event, if you like this video or not, you know what to do, and I'm is out.
No.